But right now, she is truly a $1 million baby. Pro golfer Hunter Mahan was leading a $1 million golf tournament on Saturday when he left the course to be there for the birth of his first child. Now the proud papa, his beautiful wife Kandi, and baby Zoe Olivia, all joining us live from their home in Dallas. Oh, what a... I have to ask you first, Kandi, how are you feeling and how is little Zoe?
Zoe's perfect, and I'm feeling really well. I think as good as I can feel. I had an awesome delivery, and just to see her little sweet face is so special, and we're on cloud nine. We're just so in love with her.
Well, you should know there are a lot of oohs and ahs right here in the studio as we look at your precious little girl. And Hunter, so many people saw you. You're leading the golf tournament halfway through up there in Ontario, Canada. You get the call. The phone is handed to you. Just express to us what you were feeling at that moment and what was said to you.
Well, my agent Chris Armstrong handed me the phone and he said, "You've got great news." And I was kind of like, well, that's good. And I assumed it was what I expected it to be, but the fact that it was 3 weeks early was shocking. Kind of want to make sure everything was okay, and it was. Her water broke, and she was ready to go. And
such a surprise.
Yeah, and you know, the best news about it was that her water broke. It was so definitive, because if it wasn't, and then it was like she was like, "Well, I think I am. I'm having some contractions," back and forth. It would have been difficult to make a decision, but luckily it was fantastic.
Yeah,
once I got to leave there and come home.
Right, you knew, and as you said, you thought the baby was coming. Everybody thought it was coming a little bit later. Were you worried, Kandi, that he wasn't going to get there in time?
You know, we had discussed this over and over again because we knew he was traveling the 4 weeks prior to my due date. So, my first concern was I wanted to know if I was for sure in labor. And my doctor, thank goodness, he was on call. And he met me in triage and said, "You're in labor." And so we called Hunter immediately, and Chris, his agent, was already working on his flight home. So, the doctor assured me she wouldn't be there in the next few hours, that he would have time to make it. So I felt good. And then the time from when I was admitted to waiting on Hunter to arrive felt like 30 seconds. I mean, it went by so fast. So it was good. I got to relax. And then once he arrived, it was just, everything was perfect.
Hunter, as well, you mentioned the traveling. You were there in Scotland for the Open Championship, the British Open, and you were on the leaderboard, hanging around late Sunday. How are you able to focus on the task at hand, knowing, especially had it been a week earlier, it would have been a whole different trip home?
Yeah, that would have been much more difficult. Obviously, we felt pretty comfortable. I felt pretty comfortable leaving. We both did, because it was almost 5 weeks before her kind of due date and everything. We figured, well, it's an easy, kind of trip there, and it shouldn't be too bad coming back if I have to come back, but it would have been really unexpected. But boy, I'm glad it happened when it did. We made it back, and gosh, I got to see it, so that was really the most important thing.
Beautiful.
We're just gorgeous. And Brant Snedeker, he won the tournament in Canada and said he was going to give you a really nice gift for Zoe. We're thinking college tuition would be a nice gift for Brant.
That's what we were thinking.
Oh, wonderful. Well,
we'll be on the lookout for that.
You do that. Well, congratulations. Beautiful baby girl, and we're glad that you made it home, Hunter. And Kandi, you look fantastic. Just all the best to you.
Congratulations.
Mazel, mazel. That's great.
Thanks for having us.
You got it.